Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and in this video I'm going to be sharing some tag making ideas for junk journals, and I'll share how I make my tags as well. This is a video request from one of my subscribers, and I'll just show you here how I store and organize my tags first. So this is my tag basket, and I have a basket for all of my different types of ephemera. I've got a basket or a box for my envelopes, one for my bags, one for my lace, one for my fabrics, that kind of thing. So this is my one for tags, and I just have them all in their different styles. So I've got vintage French ones, I've got napkin ones, I've got collage ones, I have got botanical ones, I've got pocket ones, and then I have a whole bunch of wallpaper ones at the back. So I was getting low in my tags, and so I was like, I need to make some more. So I made a whole bunch of bases, and I'll show you how I make these. Ready to go, ready to decorate. And I had these ones made up too. And this is my year of using the things. So I had been collecting wallpaper for years now. And I was like, oh, let's use the wallpaper. I haven't been using it, I've been hoarding it. So finally I made some beautiful tags out of them. And yeah, love how they look. Great way to use up materials. So let me give you some ideas first of what types of tags you can make depending on what materials that you love, maybe what supplies that you already own. Okay, so one idea is to use book pages, and I've used a vintage French book page in the background here, and then just decorate them with stickers, ephemera, whatever you want. I love using washi stickers. You can do collage and music paper tags. So these ones here, I've just done a music paper in the background and a sticker over the top. This one, it's the music paper background, and then I've used scraps to collage on top of. So this is from a pattern book, this is some decorative paper, and this is some wallpaper. This one here, I've used Edith Holden book page in the background with some vintage pages. I did a collage masterboard with that one and then cut them up. And then I added a washi sticker on top, but another step is I added some tissue paper on top of the collage, and I love how it mutes that down a little bit. This is another one with tissue paper, just from either white tissue paper, you know, sometimes you get packages wrapped up in tissue paper. This one is actually from those pattern papers from vintage sewing pouches that you can pick up in op shops. And again, I just did a vintage book page collage masterboard in the background, cut up the tags, and before I cut them up, I stuck on the tissue paper, and I love that look. This one I'm using vintage French receipt. You can use invoices, old documents, ledgers, anything if you love vintage to add to your tags like that. This one I used vintage music paper in the background, and then on top I stuck on a napkin. Here's another collage masterboard one, but this time I patched together vintage French documents, vintage French ephemera, cut them all up and stuck them on. Oh, here's another one with a napkin, just so you get the different looks here. You can faintly see the music in the background. These ones are pocket ones, so again I've used vintage music paper in the background, and this here is a wallpaper pocket. You can also use fabric for that. You can use fabric for the whole tag. Let me see, do I have an example of that one? Yes, here I've used vintage piano paper, and here is a fabric pocket right there, and I just love that look there with them tucked inside. That looks so cool. These ones are my straight wallpaper ones, just a few examples of those. Love them. Here's another one with a vintage ledger from France. Here's one with just vintage script. Love the script ones too, they are so stunning. This one I've used some doily on the bottom just to do a bit of extra layering. So you can really have fun using any materials that you love. I'm using my favorite materials. I love wallpaper, I love vintage French, I love music paper. I love using book pages in my work. I love using napkins and tissue paper. I love using vintage stamps and stickers and doilies. So basically, yeah, I'm using my favorite supplies. You know me, I love vintage and florals. Vintage and florals, we're good, and French. So whatever your favorite supplies are, you can use scrapbook papers, you can use your favorite napkins, you can use your own favorite book pages. So use your favorite supplies, use the things that you love, and use the things that you might have hanging around already, like the papers that you don't use, the scrap papers, as well as the treasures. So here's a look at the two ways that I make my tags. Either doing a collage masterboard. So I will have my manila folder. I make them out of manila folder because I love that sort of got that cream color. It has that vintage vibe that you can put into vintage journals. Not too thick, not too thin. And you can write on the back. I like my tags decorated on one side, blank on the other, so I can write on the other side. And here are some collage masterboards I prepared earlier. I will show you how I cut those into tags. But the other way that I make my tags is to just have them pre-cut. Pre-cut like this. So I'll show you this. Hang on a second. Go to my basket. Okay, so here are some pre-cut tags ready to go when I don't want to do collage masterboards and I just want to stick on some wallpaper, or I just want to stick on some scrapbook paper or some music paper. I'll go to these types of things first, and I prepare a whole bunch in different sizes. I get so many questions about the sizes of my tags, so let me just go through that right now. How do I do my tag sizes? I don't measure anything. I have no idea what size my tags are. I'm going to show you right now. Let's just clear the desk. Okay, so I start off with my manila folder. I'm just going to cut it so we have our two sheets, like so. Let's get this one here. Now I start off with store-bought tags. Don't ask me where I got these ones. I believe I got these very early on in my journal making adventures, and yeah, I've had these for years and years, and my idea is that I'll never ever get rid of these because these are what I use for my tag templates. Done. That's how I do that. Now if I want different sizes, if you're like, how do you get all those different sizes? Let me just show you first of all. For the sake of this video, I will show you all the different kind of sizes. Usually though, I do, each sheet has the same size. So if I want a different size, I just use this tag to do it. I use my store-bought tags to do it. I just randomly find different sizes that I want. And keep moving it like that, like Tetris. So really simple. This one, see how it is a little bit wider than this tag? Let me have a look. I'll use this one as an example. I might want to have it maybe this size. This is what I mean. I don't measure. I just kind of go with whatever I'm feeling at the time. And then what I could do, I center it, just center it, and then measure there. And I don't need to go all the way to the edges. I can see where the lines are and use those lines to mark everything. Okay, so now this one, I'm going to go down here maybe, and we'll do some smaller tags here. So I'm going to mark my notches, and then I'm going to maybe do a tag just that size. Now I'm going to fill in all of my gaps, right? So I'm just going to go here. This one, I might actually go over here, fill in this little space here, and then that's how it's naturally going to be. This one, I reckon, let me have a look. Let's just see how it falls. That one can be a full size one, and then this one is going to be a little bit smaller, so I'm going to center that again, mark my notches, and we will use that as a guide to cut. All right, now what I'm going to do, I usually don't do it like this. I usually keep all the same size for one sheet. So I will get like 10 manila folders at a time, cut them all in half, which gives me 20 sheets, and then I'll do all the same size tags for each sheet, if that makes sense, as much as possible. Obviously, if I'm doing bigger tags, I'll probably have a set of bigger tags at the top and smaller tags at the bottom. But just for the sake of this video, just wanted to show you how you can use, you know, just one tag template to create all different size tags. And then I just keep doing this. I'll put on a podcast and I'll spend, you know, an afternoon. I had to cut that one off because it's got this bit here. I mean, I could cover that, but I'm just going to get rid of it. And I can tell that's not exactly straight, so I'm just going to cut it again. And let's go up here. Yeah, so I would just put on a podcast, spend an afternoon making tags, getting them all prepared. And then I make sure I use this side to add whatever I'm sticking onto it so it covers up my grey lead. And if you know, I'm pretty spontaneous with it, I guess, or I don't tend to measure anything when it comes to this. I'm just doing what looks good to my eye. And yeah, not being entirely, you know, perfect about it, not measuring absolutely everything. Like I can see that's not exact, but I just get it to a point where I'm happy with it. Again, that one's not particularly even, but it's good enough for me. And then this one, like that. Again, I just wanted to cut that one a little bit more. Now this one I'm going to cut off that bit that I want to get rid of. And then I'm going to go up here, going to trim that off and trim that off. Again, that's not going to be even, so I'm going to do my best to even that up just a little bit. And I think that's not too straight, so we're just going to cut that across there. And now I've done it too far that way, so cut across and keep going until I get it right. Okay, so that is how I get different size tags. No measuring required, just using the template to do that. Now I'll show you with the masterboard the second way. And then we'll actually make some with that. So I'll show you first of all how I make them with the masterboard. So then I'll use these as templates as well, you know. I'll just kind of show you that. Let's go here. So I'll then use these ones. My little tags here that I made. I'll use those to sort of be my guide if I want other sizes. Now, because I'm doing this on this side, I am just going to cut and show you something. Okay, so you could do it this way. You could mark the masterboard on the back and then get a surprise when you turn it over, which is fun. I tend to be a bit more selective than that. I tend to like looking at the front and choosing where my tags are going to line up. Either way works. It depends what kind of masterboard you have. You know, if it's pretty generic and same over the whole thing, then I might trace it on the back and be surprised by what's on the front. But because I kind of see it as like I put in all this time and effort into making the collage masterboard sort of look good. I then want to choose where I lay out my tags. So now I'm just going to trim all of these up and show you different ways I can get different sizes with just this masterboard. Let's do this one now. I actually don't like the idea of splitting that up, so I actually kind of like this idea here. So what I'm going to do is cut this one to where I want it to be. I just like that idea there. I know that kind of defeats the point of a collage masterboard, but I like that as a tag standalone. And then this one looks really good here. I'm going to maybe do a bit wider there. This one here. Like that. Now I use glue stick for my collage masterboards. I usually use glue stick, just a Bostik glue stick for all of my tags. If I'm using something heavier like a wallpaper that might lift up, then I'll use a thin layer of clear craft glue. And I use a thin layer because I want to make sure it's going to go through my sewing machine. I like sewing all around the edges of my tags just because I like how that looks, and also I like the idea that it's helping stick everything down at the edges, so multi-purpose. Okay, like that. Looking good. Look at these tags. Yeah, the addition of sewing will look so good with these. And then this one here, I might go like that. I'm not even going to trace this one. I'm just going to hold it to it and cut around it. Like that. Beautiful. And then, I mean, you could make the miniest tag if you wanted. Like that. That's actually kind of cute. I quite like that. Let's make a mini tag. Beautiful. So that's how you can do your tags out of a collage masterboard. And I already have a tutorial on how I do my collage masterboards, but I am planning to do another one on camera at some point. So that, I love them. They look great. I am very happy with those. Okay, so now let's just use one of these ones that I cut out, and I'm going to show you using my glue stick how I do this. I just knocked you, sorry, let's bring you back. Now I'm going to get my scrap box. This is a vintage box. I just keep some scraps in, and I'm going to choose an appropriate tag for this size. And just show you how I do this part. Now, I like using old manila folder to have as a glue backdrop. And then I'm just going to go for it, and we will use the glue stick to add the music paper over the top, and then just kind of show you the absolute base you can make for your tag. So I will press that down, cut that out. Now from this base you can do anything. You can keep it as is. I've made plenty of just plain music paper tags and sewn around the edge. Other ones, I've showed you, I stuck on a washi sticker, a flower. Others I've added tissue paper over the top and then stuck the flower on. Others I've had a pocket, either with paper, fabric or wallpaper, or you could do some lace. You can do some collage over the top. So where's my collage one? Add some collage. So that is pretty much your base. Very simple. I'm going to just end this tutorial ideas video here, and then I'm going to sort of leave that as an intro video to then go into separate videos for each of the types of tags I make. Masterboard, collage tags like that, napkin, and we'll see how we go. That's the plan anyway. But that's your very base. So you can make them with masterboards or cut them out individually and decorate them however you would like to decorate them. I hope that was helpful and covered everything about the way that I make my tags. But if you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments, and if you have any requests, feel free to put them down there too. Let me know which one was your favorite type of tag. Do you like making tags? What's your favorite type of tag to make? It's all about the materials. I'm just using my favorite things to decorate my tags. So find what you love and use those things. And I'm going to have fun cutting up these two masterboards to make some more vintage French tags, and I'm going to do that one for my beautiful members. So I will stop filming now and film straight back up again and film this video for my beautiful members. If you'd like to become a member and support my channel, feel free just to click the join button, and that's where you'll get access to member only videos and member requested videos. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.